Ever wondered if a woman's secretly attracted to you, but she'd never say it out loud? There are quick, subtle 5-minute sex signs women flash when that spark is there, even if they act like nothing's happening. Most guys miss these signals and brush them off as normal friendliness. But once you know what to look for, you'll notice these clues everywhere, even in casual conversations, ready to find out what most men never notice until it's too late. 1. She playfully breaks social norms or rules around you. Let's kick things off with something you probably haven't noticed before. If a woman drops her filter around you, swearing, joking about things most people avoid, teasing you about risque topics, she's showing you a different side. This isn't just being comfortable, she's testing the boundaries on purpose, fast-tracking comfort and ramping up the tension. When a woman decides she doesn't need to play it safe, that's one of the boldest signs she's interested. And here's the deeper truth behind it. When attraction hits her system, she subconsciously starts pushing the limits of social behavior, because that energy between you makes her curious. She wants to know if you're confident enough to handle her unfiltered self. If you respond calmly with grounded energy instead of judgment or nervousness, it reassures her on a psychological level that you're emotionally mature enough to be around her real side. This is how chemistry deepens quickly. 2. She initiates inside jokes or secret codes early. Have you ever had a woman give you a nickname? Bring up a funny moment between you two, or use a phrase that only makes sense to you both. She's not just making conversation, she's building a just us bubble. Creating inside jokes or private references early on is her way of marking you as someone special and fast-tracking a level of intimacy that can easily lead to something more. And here's what most men don't realize when a woman invests energy into building small emotional worlds. Like that, it means she's mentally including you in her personal life. It's a subtle sign she's visualizing you as part of her space, not just a guy she talks to. She's symbolically testing how it feels to share a connection that's exclusive and emotionally charged. 3. She exaggerates her reactions to your touch or jokes. Notice if she laughs a little too hard at your jokes, even the ones you know aren't that funny, or acts shocked in a playful way when you tease her. If you touch her arm or hand, does she pause, maybe shiver, or hold the touch a second longer before acting like nothing happened? These little overreactions are her way of turning up the emotional charge between you without having to spell anything out. When attraction builds, women often amplify emotions to create rhythm and spark. She might unconsciously mimic flirtation patterns like quick glances, soft laughter, and sudden bursts of energy around you. These are subconscious attempts to make the moment more memorable and to signal that being around you excites her nervous system. 4. She tests you with mock resistance or dares. You'll sometimes hear her challenge you with things like, bet you can't guess what I'm thinking, or you couldn't handle a girl like me. This isn't her shutting you down. It's playful resistance. Women use these little dares and mock arguments to create tension and see if you'll step up and play along. It's her way of saying, let's see if you can handle a little back and forth, and it's rooted in psychology. When she feels drawn to you, she naturally wants to feel polarity, the push and pull of masculine and feminine energy, so when she teases you, she's not trying to offend you, she's checking if you'll respond with playful confidence instead of defensiveness. The way you respond to those tiny power tests determines whether her attraction deepens or fades. 5. She drops hypotheticals involving you too. Pay attention if she brings up scenarios like, imagine if we got locked in here overnight, or if I lost a bet, would you be my punishment? These aren't random comments. She's running a what-if scenario to see how you'll react. The more daring or playful the scenario, the more she's feeling that spark with you. Women love to use imagination as a safe space to explore desire. It allows her to express interest without crossing any line outright. Her imagination becomes the testing ground for emotional safety and chemistry, so when she mentions those situations, it's really about her trying to feel how your energy mixes with hers. 6. She forgets to maintain polished body language. If she suddenly seems way more relaxed around you, maybe she sprawls in her chair, lets her posture drop, or absent-mindedly exposes a bit more skin by adjusting her top or taking off her shoes. It's not by accident. When a woman is attracted, she often forgets to keep everything polished, her guard comes down and her body language gets more open and comfortable. A physical sign her interest is overriding self-consciousness. And here's what's happening internally. Attraction affects the nervous system in real time. Her muscles relax her. Voice may soften and her gestures become slower and more natural. These are primal cues that her comfort with you is replacing formality, and that is one of the strongest indicators that a deeper connection is forming. 7. She shows you her phone, but watches your face, not the screen. Ever notice a woman sharing a meme, a song, or a random message, but instead of focusing on her phone, she's watching your reaction? She's not really showing you the content. It's an excuse to get into your space and see how you respond up close. If she lingers during this little show and tells she's hoping to create more intimacy than just talking about what's on her screen. This move is all about proximity. The closer she gets, the more her senses. Pick up your scent tone and micro-expressions, and those small signals can heighten emotional and even physical attraction. It's her way of bridging casual interaction with subtle intimacy. 8. She starts mirroring your speech patterns or slang. Does she suddenly start using your favorite phrases, copying your way of joking, or even matching your tone? That's mirroring, and it's a powerful subconscious sign of attraction. When a woman starts to sound more and more like you, sometimes picking up on things instantly, it means her brain is syncing up for rapport and connection even if she doesn't realize it. Mirroring happens because her subconscious mind wants harmony. She's aligning her rhythm with yours, creating a sense of unity and emotional similarity. It's her way of saying, without words, I'm comfortable in your presence. I feel in tune with your energy. 9. She forgets personal boundaries in small ways. If she borrows your jacket, sips from your drink without asking, scoots in closer on the couch, or leans her head on your shoulder just for a sec. These are her way of escalating physical closeness without making it a big deal. These little boundary pushes are mini steps toward more comfort and chemistry, and most guys let them fly right under the radar. Every time she crosses a small boundary like that, she's not just testing comfort, she's building it. Each act becomes an anchor for familiarity and closeness, and before long, you'll notice she feels completely at ease being in your personal space. 10. She tries to get a reaction by mentioning other men, then watches you. Sometimes she'll casually mention another guy or say my friend said, but then she watches your reaction. She's not necessarily playing games. She wants to see if you care, if you'll get a little protective, or if you'll step up. This quick scan for your reaction is a way of testing your level of interest in real time. If you stay calm and confident, showing neither jealousy nor indifference, you communicate quiet strength and emotional maturity. That's what keeps her intrigued and draws her in deeper. If any of these signs feel familiar, you're already ahead of the curve. Most guys miss what's right in front of them, but now you know better. Attraction isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's in the smallest gestures, the quick glances, or the unspoken energy between you. The moment you start noticing these subtle cues, the entire dynamic changes you. Begin to see when she's leaning in, not just physically, but emotionally. And if you want to spot even more of the signals women drop sometimes right in the middle of small talk, stick around because the next video on Dark Facts 2.0 is all about how women use innocent conversation as a hidden invitation to flirt without saying a word. This next one will open your eyes to the secret layers behind even the simplest chats, so don't miss it.